Nope, I wasn't. Hold on.
Yeah, there you go. That's better.
Let me make sure everything's right now.
That was okay. I'm on the headset. I was just
Hello.
feed her into the house. Now I got to go outside and fill up their bowl.
Yeah. Hold on a second.
Okay. Let me mute this thing for a minute.
All right, now we're cooking with gas. Hello. KC3JVE, flat match. Yeah. There we go.
Outside filling up the cat food.
Oh, yeah? Oh, she got a little chilly out this morning.
What did you say?
I said it got a little chilly out again this morning.
Yeah, I just went outside. It's going to get real windy.
Man, they were calling for like 60-mile-an-hour gusts the other day.
60?
Well, I'm talking about when we had that storm. I don't think today, but the other day when we had that storm.
It's 41 here now. It was 60 when I went out last night. How come you didn't send me some pictures from the old state?
I got them on my phone. I'm going to send them to you. I got tied up last night, man. We got the talking, and we got back, and then went ice skating as soon as I got back.
Oh, so you didn't stay out long?
No, we were out for probably, I don't know, maybe an hour. We had 3 drinks apiece. So enough for 3 beers, and then we left.
Yeah, I went to a hotel. I only stayed for 1 beer. I don't know. They had one guy playing the guitar. I wasn't tired. That time was about 8:30. I figured I just turned around and came right home.
Yeah, I hear you. We had a blast last night. Dixon, I'll tell you what, boy. It was his second time ice skating last night, and let me tell you, the first time, man, he had a really rough go at it, I guess, his first time. But this second time, I'm telling you, after about a half hour, man, he was bound and determined to learn how to ice skate, man. I'll tell you what, by the end of that thing, boy, he was exhausted, but he stayed the whole time, and by the end, he could skate on his own.
What do you mean, first time, second time?
Oh, he's only been ice skating one time before this.
Oh, when was that?
Oh, that was down in South Carolina, I think, like last year or something.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but no, he did good, man.
I just got a picture. That place ain't cheap either, that old state.
Well, it was. I paid $15 for everything.
No, I guess that's not bad. It's not bad.
But that's not. Well, it's like about $20 including the tips. So. But then that ice skate, man, it was crowded too last night, man. I guess all the high school kids go up there.
Yeah, there's, I guess, Hollydale and Glassboro is the closest place around here to go ice skating.
Yeah, what was the kid's name I used to play with whose dad used to run Iceworks?
I can't remember.
Well, he was there last night. I couldn't remember his name, so I didn't want to walk up to him, and say hi. But his dad was there. He was running the place last night, man. He's a grumpy old bastard, but I could recognize him from a mile away.
Oh, I remember the guy now. I can't remember his name. I'll have to think about it.
His last name, I don't know if it started with a D, but his dad ran Iceworks, was like the guy that like owned it basically, or like one of the head men in charge. And then I used to play hockey with his kid.
Can't remember. He was a short guy.
Yeah, he's about my height.
Yeah, I can't remember. I mean, the father.
Oh, I know. Yeah, I know. He I think the kid's name was Mike.
Yeah, I can't remember. I guess so what, but just trying to remember. Making some more coffee. Is everybody still sleeping there?
Yeah, they're still sleeping. We were up late last night, man. We got home from ice skating about 10:30. Well, probably about 10 o'clock we got home, and then we came back, watched a movie. Dixon went upstairs and played his video games and fell asleep, and me and Lakin stayed downstairs and watched a couple movies. I fell asleep, I don't know, maybe about a half hour left of that Paranormal Activity movie, the second movie in, and it was probably about 2 o'clock in the morning at that point.
Yeah, I didn't do much. Like I said, I was here, watched streaming on a couple shows, and I figured, let me go out. They had music up there last night and then tonight, but just one guy with a guitar, and I sat at the bar. I just wasn't into it. I had one beer and then just turn around and come home. I was having more fun actually here watching TV than I was at that place.
Hey, when you get back downstairs, switch to lower side band, because I know your audio sounds different on upper than it did up on down on 80 meters.
Well, yeah, but I'm on a headset.
No, I know that, but when you're not on the headset too.
I'm just grinding some coffee. Well, probably what it could be is, your filter settings are different on upper sideband and lower sideband on your receiver on them radios.
Oh.
See what I'm saying? If you didn't change, your upper and lower settings, like if you go in and modify them buttons, is different for each upper or lower.
Right, I gotcha. I don't know. It just sounds. I don't know. It sounds. I'm pretty sure that the filter settings are the same, because on I think I keep them the same. At 3.3, I keep it at 0 on the low side. 3450 on the high. Then the rest, like 2.9, 2.7. That's like the low cut is down at 100 or 150 on all of those.
Well, switch it now. Were you on 3.3?
Right, yeah, I was on 3.3, and I just switched it to 2.9, and you still sound just as nasally on either one.
All right, well, listen to me. Leave it on 3.3 on upper, and just push lower and put it on 3.3 and see where your high and low settings are.
Oh, okay, hold on. On 3.3 on lower, the low setting is at 150, so it should sound on lower. It should sound more nasally than it does on upper.
I don't know what you mean by nasally. Nasally doesn't mean anything to me. It's the frequency response that the filter is. So it should sound the same if it's 3.3 to 0 on each one. If it's 3.3 to 150, it's going to sound different. How different, I don't know, but it ain't going to sound the same.
All right, well, I'll send you the video, and I'll show you what I'm talking about.
Your radio could be a little off frequency. It's vibration. I don't know because if it's a teeny bit off, it could change the way the audio sounds just a little bit.
Right, no, you're right. I just don't know why it would. Well, I guess the calibration should be the same on every band. So whether it be, lower or upper, whether it's 80 meters or 10 meters, it should sound the same. I would think it would be the same calibration, right?
No, not exactly the same, because it's a 110 megahertz oscillator, and as you start multiplying up, if there's a teeny bit of error, it starts multiplying.
Right, okay. Yeah, okay.
I'm just making some more coffee up here. Yeah, I don't have too much going on today. What day is it? Saturday? I checked in with the old military radio net. So at about 4:45, I was on there with those guys for about 45 minutes.
I was listening to you guys, whatever the frequency you were just last on. And that noise, man, was in there, but it goes up and down, like I said, across the band. It was like 20 over one spot, 10 over, and then at the bottom end of the band, it completely drops out. But you guys were all making it over, and the more I sat there and listened, I could hear everybody.
It could be a lot of things. Power line noise could be somebody if you have a plasma TV. I mean, I'll tell you, that's one reason why I was thinking about like moving or something, you know, if I wanted to sell the house and get a place smaller and this and that. But I'll tell you, anymore, especially if I remain single. This place I got here is the radio is so much of my life, especially now that I'm single. I can move to another place or something, and it could be a nightmare as far as the radio. And a big deal, I got a smaller place, it's less money, but I'm still single and I got no radio.
Yeah, you might as well just, stay where you're at, stick it out unless, something catastrophic happens or, some financial thing or, or where you have to move, then yes. But, I mean, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. See, you were right about the frequency thing. Now I moved up to 27.4. I moved up 20 hertz, and you sound perfect.
Yeah, you see, you could be off just a little bit. And did I tell you how to adjust that?
Yeah, you told me how to do the calibration.
But if you reset your database like how you've been doing, it's going to change all that.
Yeah, I can't remember if I did because I remember I did do the frequency calibration at one point, but I can't remember if I did it before this last database, the database that I saved and this last database that I loaded. So could need a little more doing.
Hold on, let me go back to the mic. W2SDR.
KC3JVE.
Back on the microphone, W2SDR.
All right, there you are.
Let me try. Hold on. Stand by a minute.
Okay. W2SDR. KC3JVE.
You still there?
Oh, yep, I'm still here.
Okay, go to hit WWV on your thing there, and go to make sure it's on the WWV at 10 megahertz. See if you get a pretty good signal on them there. I'll stand by.
All right, hold on. Yeah, I get a decent signal. I was on the wrong antenna. Yeah, I get about 7. Well, I can hear them, but I only get about 8 pounds.
Make any difference what antenna you switch to?
Yeah, well, that's on the dipole.
Okay, you got your phone there?
I do.
Let me call you on the phone.
Alrighty. KC3JVE. Let's try this again. KC3JVE.
Oh, yeah, you're right on now. Right on.
you're dead on too.
Yeah, see, that's, just one more thing you know, and well, every week I back up my database every single week, and I create the store points. But if you don't, if you wanted to reset it, that's one more thing you have to do to get the radio right on, is to do that calibration.
And it's right on now. See, I knew how to do that from before. I remember you showed me that before. You showed me the phase thing and and all that. And you can automatically, calibrate it too. And then when it does, that thing starts spinning all the way around, and it'll come right in the middle there, But I honestly thought it was calibrated. I guess I thought I did it, and I didn't. So I appreciate the walkthrough, man. And you sound perfect now.
And see, the more bass you have in your transmit audio and the more bass you have in your receive audio, the more you're going to notice, even if it's the slightest bit off frequency.
Well, really, on the bass side, I would think it would be on the treble side, but I didn't know that.
Oh, no, it's the bass. It's the bass that really tells. If you tune in somebody that's got a whole lot of bass on sideband, you move your VFO even 1 or 2 or 3, 4 hertz, you could hear the difference in their audio.
Right. So you were 20. I guess my radio was 20 hertz off, and I could hear that difference, in your audio, just the nasally, the nasally bit. It sounded. I know you don't see, whatever you said, but it sounded nasally to me just because you're, I was low and you were high.
Yeah. So there you go. That it's hard to remember that application. To put it on phase, put it on double sideband, go to but you do it a few times and then you remember, and that'll move around a little bit, but it stays pretty stable. That oscillator in these radios is pretty good. You really shouldn't have to mess with that again unless there was a issue. And your radio's been on for a while, so it'll be.
Everything should be warmed up in there. We got a flat tire last night. I didn't tell you, man. We got home from ice skating, and the damn Dixon gets out. He's like, why is the tire making that noise? And I look at the damn tires, a nail in the sidewall. And, of course, it was 10 o'clock at night. I wasn't going out and getting the tire plugged in or swapping the tire over or anything. So I got to go out and get a tire plug today and plug the damn thing.
In your truck?
No, in hers.
Ooh, in the sidewall too. You're going to use a plug. You're going to use a patch.
It's like it's right on the borderline of the side of the tire, man. It's close. It's borderline pluggable, man. I'm gonna play it by ear, but we'll see. I can't have her driving home on a donut tomorrow. I'm sitting there leaving tomorrow. And so I don't know if I don't know. We'll see. Maybe I got to take it off and then go buy a new tire. I don't know.
Okay, it can be patched though. Don't they put a patch in them?
A lot of people, man, they don't like patching or plugging when it's from from the last tread bar on the side of the tire, within an inch of the sidewall of the tire. People don't like plugging or patching.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, I've heard that before.
Oh, it's out there flat right now. I gotta go out there in a little while and swap it out and put the donut on there. I told you I signed up for all that, all that stuff in case, whatever happens with the job.
You what?
I told you I signed up for the unemployment and stuff in case something happens with my job. Remember I told you that?
Oh, okay. And you said you sent your resume to that other place?
Right. I sent my resume into that place as well. That place in Aston. I sent you the screenshot or whatever for the for what the title of the position and the explanation of it.
Hey, you may want to call that Cosmo too for whatever that's worth.
Right. Yeah. No, I'm sure it's not going to hurt anything. I got the paperwork in the mail for the notice of financial determination for for unemployment benefits if it comes down to that, and my I would be the max. I would get the max of max amount of unemployment pay, so it would be about 2/3 of my normal pay.
Hold on for a second.
KC3JVE. It's out there flat right now. I gotta go out there in a little while and just swap it out and put the donut on there. Oh, it's out there flat right now. I gotta go out there in a little while and just swap it out and put the donut on there. That don't sound too bad. I'm kind of talking low. I mean, I'm trying to keep my voice down a little bit, but it don't sound bad.
I think it sounds great.
I think I finally got it in the ballpark.
Oh, yeah. It's the perfect amount of balance, in my opinion, between bass and treble.
Boy, you sound phenomenal. So if I can sound half as good as you, I'm happy, man. So, and everything looks, from the pan adapter as I'm talking right now, it looks pretty flat across the board as far as frequency response goes.
Oh, yeah. The pure signal's working great, man. I mean, you got it going on. Really sounds good. So
yeah, I'm happy with it, man. But yeah, so if it does happen, I'll be getting a pretty decent amount of money for to not do anything. So that's not a bad gig.
Gage, one thing you got to be careful of: if you had to go on unemployment, my advice to you is to have them take the taxes out. Because if you don't, when it comes to the end of the year, you're going to be shocked with the money you got to pay. So have them take taxes out of that unemployment.
Right. I didn't select the tax for them to take the taxes out.
You got to do that, or else you might have to pay $3,000 or $4,000 or $5,000 at the end of the year.
That much?
Well, whatever it is.
Yeah.
Between not taking it out and having them take it out, multiply that by every check that you get, and that's how much you owe them.
Yeah, you're right. No, you're right. It'd be about as much as it will be about 2/3. I could probably almost figure it out from the taxes that I'm getting out, taken out of my paycheck now.
Oh, yeah. Make sure you do that, or that you know about it, that you put that money aside, because it comes to the end of the year, you got to do your taxes. You're going to be screwed.
Yeah, well, see, my thinking, my rationalization or justification of this all was, when I'll start, once I get another job and, come tax time with that, they'll just take it out of that.
I would.
I'm just being honest with you. That was my justification of it all.
Okay, take taxes out now. Have them take taxes out of that. Do yourself a favor, then you don't got to worry about it.
Right. I've never been on unemployment before.
Yeah, I was on it briefly.
I get 6 months of it. Hold on a second. I got the paperwork in front of me. What it goes off your quarterly base wages by quarter. It goes off your highest quarterly earnings, and mine was over. It was like the top there. We had 50 credit weeks, so I qualify for 26 weeks of full benefits.
W2SDR. When I was working for the last bus company, we would go on unemployment every summer, and then for a Christmas break. And we were able to collect unemployment. You had to jumble around where we were able to do it, but like I say, if you don't take the taxes out, you got to pay them taxes when it comes to tax time. And for 26 weeks, all those checks, that could be a heck of a lot of money you have to pay.
Yeah, well, think about it, man. That's a half a year's worth of taxes, worth of payroll taxes I would have to pay. They could come out to a pretty penny, especially when thinking how much I get taken out of my taxes now. I get almost $1,300, so sometimes $1,000 to $1,300 in taxes taken out of paycheck.
So there you go. So what are you guys doing today?
We're going to go down to the Mutter Museum, and I'll take them down to the city, and I think after that, we're just going to come back and relax. It's our last day here, and we're leaving in the morning, so we're going to spend some time together. Just hanging out, watching movies, you know.
Yeah.
Good to see him, man. That kid's, he's a good kid, man. It's going to be rough to see him go.
Yeah, it's just too bad that, you know, all that distance and all, you know.
Yeah, it's a long way.
Did you guys talk at all about anything, set up a back and forth on some regular basis, like summertime and all, you know, anything like that?
Not, you know, specific or hard plans, but, you know, we've talked about seeing each other more, you know, me coming down there, and it's, you know, on more obviously more of a regular basis, you know, especially after how good this, you know, this time has went and the time before, so it's I'm sure whatever we do come up with, and when that time comes to sit down and figure out exactly what to do, it won't be a problem, and she'll be open to pretty much just about anything.
I'm concerned, you know, I got 2 spare bedrooms over here, and I'm retired. I mean, you know, I'd be open even working something out that, you know, if you had some vacation time, whatever you're doing, or even without vacation time, you could spend a week here, and you go back and forth to work, and then he'd be here during the day, and then, you know, you could see him every night. Yeah, you know, there's a lot of different scenarios that could happen, you know?
Well, that's a good, man, that's a good thought. I didn't even think about that, you know, because, yeah, that's a really, really good thought. That's a built-in babysitter.
That's what I'm saying. I mean, you know, because I'm not doing anything, and, you know, could plan some activities with him and give me some time with him, and I mean, there's all kinds of stuff to do around here, Cowtown, all kinds of things, and down the shore.
Oh, he'd love it.
I mean, you know, all kinds of things could happen, you know?
Oh, he would love it. He would love just being at the house and playing around outside, you know what I mean? And, you know, and then doing stuff like that, you know? As long as you keep him off this damn, he's been getting a little out of hand with this PlayStation and his phone and stuff. Me and Lakin we talked about that. We was going to start cracking down on that. He's been kind of getting a little sassy with it. He wants to play it all the time and thinks you know, he's at that age where, you know, he's starting to figure out, what's unfair and what's fair, you know, and how it's unfair for how come I, you know, blah blah blah, and how come you get to do this but I don't get to do it, you know, and so, you know, that goes. But no, he's once you get him outside and get him moving, man, he loves being out there, and it's hard to get him back inside. You just gotta get him out there.
Yeah, so that's, you know, it's all part of it. So there's a lot of options on the table. I mean, I'd like to take a trip down there this summer and you know, and see what's what, and it's a little bit longer drive than to Michigan, so I'm used to making that. I mean, it's about maybe an hour longer than it was to drive to Michigan in one day, and I did that in one day.
Oh, it's an easy one-day trip. It's not bad, and it took her 10 hours to get up here. It's taken me upwards of 12 hours before, but that was like leaving in the middle of the day and hitting a bunch of traffic. But I've done it in less than 10 as well, you know. So it's really, and it's a straight shot, you know. It's 95 all the way down, basically. Where you can, you know, there's a couple different ways you can go. You can go around D.C. You can go down through 13, down through Delaware, down through that way. And then cut back over to completely avoid D.C. if you want to, but I just usually go right down 95, man, and then go around Richmond, and then straight on down to 64, get off at 64, and that's straight into Charleston. It's literally get off what's on 95, make a left, and you're there.
Yeah, I saw it. I put it in my nav, and was checking that out, you know, and I could see that. It would take me 12 hours because I stop a lot. I mean, I'm not going to white knuckle it the whole way down, and that's what it ended up being out to Michigan and stuff, 12 hours. So, you know, I don't drive at the middle of the night. I'll leave at 3 or 4 a.m. and down there by the afternoon, you know, and you know, 'cause obviously I'm an early bird, so.
Yeah, right. Now, I see. I never drove like driving or never really drove in the middle of the night much at all until I drove from Maine to South Carolina that time. And then the traffic was like non-existent, and I figured out why people drive at night. Man, there's nobody but tractor trailers going 100 miles an hour on the road. And them tractor trailers are flying at nighttime. I remember we drove up to, it was me, Anthony Delmonte, Danny, Stevie, Tommy, God bless him, on our way up to Malone, New York, man. We drove through the middle of the night. And I was driving the little S10 I had that I bought off Mark Tron, remember? And I had a four-wheeler in the back of this thing, man, going up and down these mountain roads. And I remember these truckers, I've never seen truckers drive so fast in my life, man. These dudes were blowing by me. I'm doing 70, and these guys were blowing by me like I was going, like, I mean, just like I was standing still. These guys had to be doing triple digits.
I just did a gate on you. I'm going to convert it over and email it to you. It's been a while since I did this. Figure I remember how to do it.
Oh, you remember how to do it. Open up Audacity, open up the quick audio file, and convert it. There you go. Bing, bang, boom.
I did it now. Let me open it up. Okay, convert, export.
I still haven't downloaded Audacity back onto this computer.
Oh, you haven't?
No, I have it on my thumb drive. I just got to transfer it over. I did that with like the S meter, like the Bob S meter. I did virtual serial port, the VAC, which I need to get rid of because I'm definitely afraid of that now. Like the Power SDR, a few other things are all, I just put them on that thumb drive. So like I was having to re-download all that crap every single time. I'd have a mess up, you know. So I just put it on there and just transfer it right over.
I'm going in now, the mail program. That's sent. See what happens. And now you can listen to it on speakers or earbuds and really hear.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I just got the email. I'll listen to it. I'll listen to it in a little bit. That's I appreciate you doing it. Yeah, you haven't done that in a while.
No.
I haven't done it that way. All because all I gotta do is just press record on that program I have now. I just upload it to YouTube that way. Makes it a lot easier.
Yeah, I kind of wish, if I was telling you, I was telling somebody else, man. In about a year or so. I mean, I don't know how long Michelle has been scheming with this whole thing, but man, I wish she would have told me about this before I let my CDL expire. Because I'd really consider going back driving that bus again if I had the license still.
Oh, right, and especially the money you're telling me you were making. Number one, to keep yourself occupied. Number two, to make up for the financial loss.
I mean, I'd do it. I wouldn't do it forever, but I would do it maybe for a couple of years, and see. But or at least it would be nice to have the option. I mean, I could get that license again, man, but I'd have to go through the test and do all that stuff over again.
You'd have to do the driving test, drive a school bus, all that stuff, right?
Well, it may not be as hard. Now, Shepard would want me back in an instant, and since I worked for them before, they noted what I was making. I could probably go to them and say, I want to get my license back and get my job, and they'd probably hire me back at the same money and provide the bus for me to get the test. The only thing is, I think with them, they pay for the, to help you get your license. You have to sign an agreement that you have to work for them for a minimum number of years so they can recoup the training. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, okay. So, like, just in case something happens, if you get fired or something, God forbid something happens, you probably got to pay that money back.
They don't want you getting their training and having them do it, then quit right away and start working for somebody else.
Right, man. I bet people do that crap.
Well, that's why they have that. So, I could do it. The test isn't that hard. I took the written test. You get a book, and driving the bus, I wouldn't be able to have any at the road test. But, it's something to think about. I'll have to see how this thing plays out. We'll see what happens throughout the spring here. And then you got the summer and a whole time off that I could consider, doing that, getting ready with the license and all in the summer and be ready to go for next fall,
That's a good point. Yeah, get yourself set up and be ready for the school year to start. See, I remember you worked for BR. Didn't you work for BR Williams in Upper Pittsgrove?
Yeah, well, BR Williams didn't pay any money. I really like working for them. They didn't have benefits, and their money was low. When I got the job with Upper Pittsgrove, I had full health benefits with them, plus more money.
That's crazy, man. I guess because it's a school district as opposed to a private company.
Yeah, but then I got a pension and all from Upper Pittsgrove, but then they decided to save money to privatize their buses. So they got rid of their own buses and their employees, and they have a contract with Shepherd Bus Company now. So Shepherd hired me right from Upper Pittsgrove, and that's where I spent my last 2 years driving the bus with Shepherd, W2SDR.
KC3JVE. Oh, I didn't know that. I didn't know they sold and privatized there. Oh, okay. I didn't know that.
Well, a lot of school districts did that, so they don't have to worry about having hassle with drivers calling in sick, training, maintenance on their buses, all that stuff. This way, they just pay a monthly fee to a company and don't have to worry about it.
Right, man. I guess it is a lot more cost effective. I want to shoot. That's got to be a lot of money to have a bus fleet.
Well, man, them buses cost a lot of money too. I think they're $300,000 or $400,000 on buses.
KC3JVE. Oh yeah, man. Them things are a lot of money, and they're a lot of money to upkeep, maintenance.
Yeah, they're all computerized, and you got the cameras in them. You got, all kinds of tires. Everything on them things to keep them, because they get inspected by the state and all. So you really can't chintz on them,
All right, and then oil changing that thing's a few hundred dollars just for an oil change.
Yeah, the oil fillers are giant. I forget having 20-some quarts of oil I think they take.
Yep. Most diesels take a lot, but them big ones, man, got 20, 25 quarts of oil. Like the diesel pickups and the dualies and stuff, them things take 15, 16 quarts.
Yeah, boy, the price of those trucks and then the fuel, the oil changes, man, and maintenance on them, it's got to cost a lot of money to own one of them trucks.
Oh God, yeah. I don't see why people could do it. You figure, man, you got a diesel like that, or you get a gas job in the same truck. Some people say, I've never owned a diesel, so I don't know as far as gas mileage goes. I've heard some people say it's better, and some people say it's worse.
I think it's better, but cost of diesel, I think, is a little bit more. Plus, they say the engines and all last a lot longer. But how long are you going to keep a truck anyway? Recoup the extra cost of those trucks would take a lot of years to make up the difference in the price.
Well, exactly, and that's the thing. The truck's going to rot around the motor. The motor may last 1 million miles, but the trucks sure damn sure ain't.
Well, it's also the cool factor, too, I think. A lot of people buy them just to have it.
That's true.
It's said again.
Called little pee-pee syndrome. KC3JVE.
W2SDR. I had one 24-ounce mug. Now I just finished another 14-ounce mug.
Good Lord, man.
I've been up since 4.
I got up at like 6.
It's lunchtime.
Oh, yeah, man.
I'll tell you, one thing's good about living alone is I can play the damn music in here, man, without turn it down, and all the rest of this horse shit.
Oh, yeah. Nice, isn't it?
There's a lot of pluses, but man, when you live with somebody for so long, it's just weird, like having nobody in the house.
No, I get it. Yeah, I know. I can only imagine, because you guys are married almost 20 years, but even here with somebody living with me for 2 years and not living with anybody, it's weird.
The only time it really bothers me is at night, like after 4 o'clock in the afternoon, 4 or 5. I mean, I start climbing the walls between 4 and time. Most nights I can't wait to get to bed because of that, you know.
No, trust me, I get it. What do you think? Remember before I was coming home and just going right to sleep? It was just easier just to come home and go right to sleep. I was literally staring at the clock, waiting for 8 or 8:30 to roll around so I could go to bed.
Yeah, that's it, because, you start having all them feelings and all, but if you went to sleep, when you get up in the morning, you're not going to be feeling that way.
Exactly. When you go to sleep, 9 times out of 10, it's going to go away. Sometimes you'll have a shitty dream or, excuse me, but for the most part, it's going to go away. That's literally, Dad, exactly why I would come home and go right to bed.
Because time will pass, eventually, and...
This ain't my first rodeo, you know what I'm saying, with this stuff, It's the easier thing to do instead of turning somewhere else, because like they say, idle hands is the devil's playground, man. You sit there and let these thoughts stew in your brain and, this, that, and the third, there's no good is going to come out of it.
Well, that's what I figured, like we were talking before with this house and everything here, and it's like, wait a minute, man, I don't want to throw the baby out with the bathwater here. I mean, all these radios and, my pets and all, a big part of my life. And, I want to hold on to it because at least I know I got this,
Oh, absolutely, man. And it's yours, You worked your entire life for everything that you have right now. You worked, your ass off your entire life to have what you have and what you're looking at right now. When you look out that door, you look at them cats who depend on you. You look at that shop out back. Look at that nice car in the garage. You know what I'm saying? Like, you worked your ass off for all that. And it ain't nobody but yours, and that house has been your dream house, and that radio station's been your dream radio station since you were a kid, and you got it all right now, so leave it.
Get these cats to start paying some rent.
Oh, then, see? Now you're thinking like an entrepreneur.
Yeah, start contributing a little bit around here.
That's right.
Oh, man. W2SDR, what time do you think they're going to get up?
I don't know, soon. Dixon will probably be up within the next half hour. Lakin, who knows?
You have for them to eat cereal and all?
Oh, yeah, I went grocery shopping. I got so much food in this house, I don't know what to do with it all. Plus leftovers from us going out to dinner. We went out to Applebee's yesterday because we went to go ice skating at like 1 o'clock. All right. This is how the day started. The day started off kind of crappy. We went to the Flyers game Thursday night, and somehow Lakin's car keys fell out of my pocket in Jackie's car. So Jackie said she would drive the keys back out yesterday morning. So Jackie fell back asleep and didn't end up bringing the keys out till about 1 o'clock in the afternoon, and we were going to go ice skating at 12. And it was supposed to be from 12 to 3, so we got there about 1:45, 1:50, and it was ending at 2 o'clock. I guess they cut it short because there wasn't that many people. And so we missed ice skating there, so we went to Applebee's instead. and had dinner there and I have a bunch. I ate my leftovers from there when we got back from ice skating last night, man. I got there was like 4 cheese, mac and cheese with chicken strips. Like, it had like this sweet and tangy sauce on top, man. It was good.
It really sounds good.
Oh, it's not something I thought I would like, you know. It sounded just like a big plate of cheese, like mac and cheese with chicken on top. I didn't know it had like that type of tangy sauce on it when I ordered it, but when I got it, it wasn't bad, man. It was pretty damn good.
Just had one of these frozen entrees last night, and today I went grocery shopping yesterday. I got enough food to last me at least a week or a half or so, and got another 18 thing of eggs. They were on sale for $1.99 at the ShopRite for 18 eggs.
I get 30 of them for $1.99 at that Amelia's place.
Where's that?
Right down the street from me in Woodland there at the shopping center.
Yeah, I gotta check that out.
It's across the street from the Liberty.
You like...
What?
Across the street from where?
The Liberty.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I know that shopping center.
Yeah, it's where the dollar store we went in that one time, at Dollar General or Family Dollar, whatever it is. It's like it's Amelia's discount grocery, and it's kind of like an Aldi Save a Lot type deal. But they have, so sometimes they don't have like everything, you know what I mean? And sometimes they have stuff there that you can't find anywhere else. But it's all name brand stuff. It's no cheap, non-name brand stuff. But everything is super, super cheap, and they tell you how much you save at the end of your shopping trip. When I went there the other day, I ended up saving like $45 by going there.
I'll probably make that stuff in the pressure cooker today, that bolognese sauce that I made. You were here that one time, with that meat sauce, and that I can get 3 or 4 days out of that because I freeze a lot of it.
Right. Yeah, that stuff was pretty good, man. Yeah, I got a whole fridge. I got chicken in the freezer, hamburger. I got the whole entire fridge is packed full, and I emptied it out right before they came. My pantry's packed full, and man, I got fatty snack, I got everything, man. I got everything you could imagine. Scrapple, pork roll.
Well, this week we got the Christmas and all there. I guess I'll be going over to Boca Vista on Tuesday.
Hey, you gonna stop over here?
Yeah, I guess. I don't know if you're gonna be around. I haven't even thought about what I do.
Yeah, I'll be here. I ain't got to work, so.
You'll be going over your mom's too, right?
Yeah, at some point, probably. I'll probably end up going to Gregory's at some point, I would imagine.
Oh, yeah, okay, yeah. Ever see Brian?
No.
I mean, Brian,
I know you, my cousin Brian.
Yeah, you don't see him?
No, he's married now.
I would figure that. You don't see them kids?
Nope, no, I don't see him. I haven't seen him. I saw Kimmy over the summer. She got a kid, a little baby now, married. I don't know if she's married or I think she's engaged. But she's got a little one, I think about six months old probably now. And that's the last time I saw Kimberly, and I haven't seen Brian, dude, in a few years.
They don't go over to Gray's?
Not when we're there. It's weird, man. Like when we go over there, it's just like usually me and my mom Jackie. That's it. And Uncle Dennis was there the other day when we were there. He ended up showing up. But besides that, Uncle Dennis is really the only one I'll ever catch over there.
Ever see Daryl?
I haven't seen Daryl in years either. Probably 2 years the last time I saw Daryl. Little Daryl's that boy's doing good.
Yeah, he was always smart. I mean, I guess he was sent to prep school, St. Joe's, and, he's pretty much on the ball.
He's an engineer, man. He was working for Toll Brothers, and now he works for somewhere else, and his wife makes 6 figures a year as well. So they're doing, I'd say they're doing pretty, they're doing just fine.
Yeah, it sounds like it.
House is huge, man. My mother cleans the house for him. I've been over there a couple times, man. That place is ginormous. It's right next door to Uncle Daryl's other house, or the house that he's always, lived in right past Springton Reservoir there. I don't know if you remember that house, but he used to have like a little side yard where he used to have like a volleyball court and shit up there. That's where little Daryl's house is now.
I remember the house vaguely.
Yeah, well, there's like that side porch. Like you walk up to the house, there's like a big side porch, and if you would look off the porch, there's like a volleyball. There's like a hill that went up into a big side yard, and that's where the little Daryl's house is now, right next door.
So he don't live there anymore?
Who?
Daryl?
Yeah.
I mean, Big Daryl.
Yeah, Big Daryl's still there.
Okay, he was renting that place. Did he end up buying that?
I would imagine he bought it. That's the only place I ever remember him living.
Yeah, okay. Well, he used to live right in them houses right on Springton Lake. We talked about that before, but you don't remember that.
No, I don't remember that, but I know. I remember the story you told me.
Yeah, that was a lot of money, that house. Swimming pool, all kinds of stuff like you see on TV.
Yeah, there's some big houses that are on Springton Reservoir.
I'm looking at the sale catalogs from ShopRite and Acme. The little Elmer store's got some deals too, everyone, I'll tell you.
Talking about IGA?
Yeah.
They always have. Probably why they're still in business.
They do okay there. I go in there, I look at the sales, and if I need something real quick, it's shorter than driving to Woodstown or Mullica Hill to get something.
Oh, yeah, you figure that. I mean, everybody goes to IGA.
Yeah, boy. Well, I don't know. Maybe I'll exercise a little. Probably. I don't know if I'll go out for a walk. If I'm going, I better go now before that wind starts kicking up. I'll be out there at 40 miles an hour winds.
Yeah, it was a little windy a little bit ago. I'm going to get out there and do this tire, man, before they get up. So I'm going to sign off.
All right, I'll catch you later, man. Good chatting with you. Sound good. And check your email and check out that recording. W2SDR. Catch you later.
All right, man. We'll catch you, and I'll send you a link to this recording. I've been recording this one. Excuse me the whole time, so I'll send it off to you as well. Take care. W2SDR, KC3JVE clear.
7-3.